Welcome back to my channel, Scott here. Now listen, how many of you think perfectionism is a good thing? Think about it. Being perfect. Sounds great, right? Now in this video I'm going to give you 3 reasons why being a perfectionist is not a good idea, and actually stick around to the end because I'm going to give you a much better way to approach any task, any situation, any project with much more efficiency and much more excellence. Let's go. Now the problem with perfectionism behaviour is that it comes from a place of fear of failure or a fear of being judged by other people or even by ourselves. And the trait that follows perfectionism is procrastination. Now I've been a perfectionist, I've had this behaviour before in the past, and I still get it from time to time. And the thing with perfectionists is that they're overthinkers. You know, they have to make everything just perfect, don't they? And you know, you have to do research, all the research, cover it from different angles, and everything just has to be just right. But what actually happens with the perfectionists here is they get super overwhelmed, and then you start doing unrelated tasks, unproductive tasks that have nothing to do with what you actually wanted to do in the first place. Great project, loved it. Boom. OMG, amazeballs. Thank you. Thank you. This procrastination type behaviour just causes halts in activity, or often waiting until the actual, 2 hours before the deadline of when the activity has to be completed, or the project, or you pull an all-nighter just to get it done. Then, once the task is complete, which is often in a rush, meaning substandard output, this perfectionist will just start viewing everything through a negative lens and go over and over and over and just scrutinise the output, their work, through this negative lens, and just beat themselves up with this negative self-talk about how crap it is and how bad the task was and how bad their work was and what people think of them and how they think of themselves. And it's just negative self-talk. It's just such a limiting behavior and way to talk to yourself. I actually have a whole video on it, how to beat negative self-talk. Check it up here. I'll link it in the description below. Definitely check that out if you struggle with this. Now this moves me on to the third thing, which the pattern becomes this vicious cycle, and they desperately want to get things perfect this next time, but the same behaviour ensues where the perfectionist just criticises and scrutinises and overthinks and essentially self-sabotages. How do we break this pattern of behaviour? Because you want to do a good job, right? We all want to do a good job, or most of us. So how about striving for excellence? And striving for excellence without having these shackles of fear attached to you. All right? Be proactive, take action. All right, listen, try these 3 things, okay? 1, set a deadline and stick to it. So try a self-imposed deadline, or if it's a work thing, there'll already be a deadline in place, right? 2, block out some time to work on the task. So say if you have a week for it to be completed, open up your calendar or your diary and look for the available space. If you don't have any available time, make some time. Slot the time in and be specific about what you're doing. So let's just say you're writing a task, like a project, right? So you might need, say, to do some research on it. Allow 2 hours. You might need to call some people and get some different stakeholders involved. That's 1 hour. You might need to write up the actual project. that's 4 hours. And put these in, be specific and put them into your calendar like that and stick to those tasks in that time. And 3, complete it and just be comfortable with the output, right? You've done your due diligence, you put the work in, you maximize the time that you had available, you allocated the time and you were focused on doing those tasks in that time, complete it and be happy with the output. Then of course you, the perfectionist, you want to know how he went. But here's the key difference, right? Listen, you do this, you view it through a positive lens. So you still look at it, but you view it through a positive lens. And you ask yourself, what did I do well? What can I improve on? And you see it as an opportunity for growth, a step towards growing, right? What can I improve on and do better next time? So what does this do? Well, it creates productivity because you're no longer scared of judgment. And because you're no longer scared of judgment, you see this as an opportunity to affect personal growth. So you take action, learn, assess, repeat. Okay, so learn, assess, repeat. Okay, this is going to be best illustrated on this board, right? So essentially you've got learn, assess, and repeat. So you're learning, you're assessing, and then you're repeating the process. So the problem is when you're a perfectionist and you're procrastinating and you're not going through this, so here's where you start, right? And you wait all the way until right here, and then you rush it and delay it. So you're so caught up on getting this right, so you focus on the micro, on the short term of getting it, and you're so concerned about being judged and everything that you're procrastinating the project. Now, if you're not living in fear, you're not shackled by this fear, and you're going in with more of a striving for excellence and growing and understanding that it's a process, you're seeing here, right? Long term, I'm not sure if you can read that, it says long term. So you're going for the long term outcome. So you know that this step, and when you get to here, right, when you get to the first step, this step here, you're assessing how it went and looking for those opportunities to grow. Whereas the perfectionist, the procrastinator, they're looking at what I did wrong, how shit was it, how crap was it, and they get caught here. They get caught all the way down here, whereas when you're striving for excellence, you're here and you assess, right? You go again, you learn and you assess and you go up and you're here and you're here and you're here and you're here. And that's where you are in the long term. You end up so far up and up here, and the whole time you're not concerned with or fearing the outcome because you know you've got the long-term approach in mind and every stage is about growth. So with this approach, you're displaying a growth mindset and setting yourself up for the long term with huge advancements and ultimately success in really whatever you put your mind to. So learn to enjoy the process and see it as the opportunity to grow and to reach your long-term goals versus getting caught and stuck in that moment of fear and perfectionism and procrastination, because you end up staying here. While if you're doing it as grow, you're happier, you're more efficient, and you're just showing more excellence in whatever you do. Now, I want you to hit this notification bell below because in my next video, I'm going to be talking about bettering yourself and doing a deep dive into how to become happier, better, more fulfilled, more successful for yourself, but also for other people, those that you love, and really using that as leverage to push yourself and drive yourself to become a better person. In the meantime, I strongly recommend you check out these two videos here. One is going to be on self-discipline and how to actually get more self-discipline. Really with self-discipline, it's, if you can master that, you can essentially master anything. So get that one right. And how to beat negative self-talk. I mentioned this earlier. You can check that video out as well. I strongly recommend that. If you like this video, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up so I know that I can produce more content like this. Don't forget to subscribe and support my channel if these are the types of videos that you like. And you can follow me on Instagram where I drop lots of different types of content than I do here on YouTube. So that is at Scott Swalwell. You'll be able to see it in this side or this side. Check out my handle there and my page. That is it for this video, and I will catch you in the next video.